in this video, and we're gonna keep talking about different types of dudes. In our last video, we dropped one that got folks talking all about Sigma men. This week, we're checking out, not saying the flip side but a different breed of guys, the alpha males. Alphas are the big players in the everyday puzzle. They're the game changers, the ones who shape reality according to their expectations. Now, the concept of an alpha male has been thrown around in both human psychology and when looking at how animals act, like comparing it to lions. But, you gotta know, even though alpha male is a common term, it's also got folks going back and forth in the fields of animal behavior and human psychology. We're gonna dive into that concept in both realms, psychological and animal. Alpha male in human psychology. The term alpha male is often thrown around to describe a dude who's dominant and assertive, showing leadership vibes in different social scenes. Check out some traits tied to this alpha dude concept. Confidence. Alpha dudes usually roll with a high level of confidence. They believe in their skills and don't get easily thrown off by challenges or haters. Assertiveness. These guys are assertive in what they do. They ain't scared to take charge and speak their minds. Leadership. Alphas often find themselves leading the pack. They got the mojo to inspire and influence others, leading by example. But hold up. It's not always like that in many cases. That's why it's important to know about Sigma men from my last video. When you finish this one, another alpha trait is that they're socially savvy, social dominance. They're comfy in social settings and often seen as top dogs. Charismatic and catching eyes. Resilience. Alphas bounce back from setbacks. They shrug off failures and keep that positive vibe. Physical presence. There might be a physical side to being an alpha dude, where strength and height are seen as assets. Emotional control. Alphas usually come off as emotionally steady, keeping a lid on their feelings. Now, that's the psychological scoop, but let's swing over to the animal scene. Alpha male in lion behavior. The alpha male idea is often linked to watching how animals, like lions, act. In lion prides, instead of alpha male, folks often say dominant male. Check out some common points. Protector and provider. The dominant male lion usually plays protector and provider for the crew. Similar to human alphas, who can take on roles of protection and provision. Group leadership. The top lion leads the pride, keeping things in check. In human societies, alphas might be found in leadership spots. Mating rights. The dominant lion has the hookup for mating. Kinda like in human scenes where alphas might be seen as more attractive, getting more chances for romance. Conflict resolution. The dominant lion might step in to fix issues in the pride. In human scenes, alphas might be the go-to folks for sorting out problems. Hierarchy. In both lion prides and human groups, there's a social pecking order. Alpha dudes are top of the heap, and others follow their lead. But look, now that we've checked out these two takes on alpha dudes, gotta remember these comparisons have their limits. Human behavior is crazy complex, and trying to squeeze it into categories like alpha can miss the subtleties of personality and social dynamics. Getting back to our reality, this video ain't about the gym buff or the ladies man. Nah, we're looking for someone who's beating their own race. These same values apply to women too, but we titled it this way because, based on our stats, it's more likely you're a guy watching this. That's why this channel is Secrets of Men. And no worries, precious snowflake, we're not awesome in your gender. Everything's based on data. We think most of you got what it takes to be both alpha and sigma, but not everyone's gonna get there, and that's cool. It's the perfect chance to check where you're at in life and see if there are parts of your existence that could use some leveling up. I'm gonna lay out the most common traits of these kinds of dudes. Alright, here we go. Let's see how close you are to being an alpha. Here are 15 signs that you're an alpha male. Number 1. You're genuinely happy with your life. Without being content with your existence, you can't win at life. This reflects in everything you do, and everyone around you notices. The alpha male looks and feels alive. He enjoys life. For him, life is an adventure, and he lives it second by second. The way he has designed his lifestyle is mysterious and even alien to most people, but it gives him the best results. If you're an alpha male, you enjoy your everyday life. You're not anxiously waiting for the weekend, and you don't feel tired on Mondays because your life is so well structured that these common concerns don't apply to you. Congratulations if you resonate with this first point on the list. Number 2. You feel like you have control over your life. Not only are you content with your reality, but you're actively shaping it to fit your desires and needs. As an alpha, you have control over almost every aspect of your life. If something happens, it's because you made it happen. If something in your reality bothers you, you try to fix it right away. You're taking charge in all aspects of your life, and it feels incredible to have this kind of control. Even when things don't go as planned, you control how you react to these events and seek to get the best results from every situation. Number 3. You keep your commitments. Unlike the rest, when you say you're going to do something, you do it. A true alpha doesn't go back on his word and is known in his circle for making things happen. He's strategic with his time, resources, and willpower. He focuses on what's important to him and to those who matter to him. He's very results-oriented. He's well aware that talk is cheap and lets his work speak for itself. Number 4. You take care of those around you. An alpha is the leader of the pack and takes care of its members. It's not enough for an alpha that he wins. He actively seeks to share success with those in his inner circle. He advises others and helps them succeed to care even more. This is how his network grows. His inner circle is made up of valuable individuals who work together to increase everyone else's value. Among them, the alpha stands out as an example for the rest. Number 5. You're winning in the high-risk, high-reward game. If you're an alpha male, you're not playing it safe. You're not here to settle for others' crumbs. Instead, you want the whole pie for yourself. That's why alphas go for high-risk, high-reward ventures. They prefer risking it all instead of playing it safe. Life is full of challenges, and each has its own level of risk they're willing to take. That's why most people never get rich. They're so afraid of taking risks that they prefer settling for mediocrity. If you look at alphas in the world, they stand out as industry titans, leaders of movements, change agents, where they had to risk it all to reach that position. These people are an inspiration for any alpha in the making. Number 6. You don't need the approval of other people. Living your life based on someone else's expectations is just another form of slavery. As an alpha male, you're aware of who you really are and how your life should be. While most people depend on others for feedback on how well they're doing, alphas rely only on their data because they're objective. The only approval you need in life is your own. Be happy with yourself and strive to be the best version of yourself. You don't need people to like you because you're on a different journey than theirs. Number 7. People want to be around you. A clear sign that you're on the right path is that you attract people to you. Alpha males inspire confidence and success, 2 traits that make others drawn to you. Everyone wants to be on the winning side and enjoys being part of the group. They want to know you personally. They want to be your friends because they believe that associating with you will improve their own lives. Flip the example. Whom would you like to hang out with? Someone famous? A billionaire? How would your life be if you were part of that group? That's how you know you're an alpha. You'll be that person for others. Number 8. People know who you are when you walk into a room. This has to do with how you've positioned yourself throughout your life and career. Any alpha male is, in itself, a brand. People know him, know who he is, and know what he represents. You've probably heard this before, but a clear indication of success is, work hard until you no longer have to introduce yourself. A personal brand is an incredible tool you'll have at your disposal that will open doors that are closed to others. If your personal brand isn't crafted by your design, you'll be left with what the world thinks it is. Number 9. You control your emotions. A recurring theme in this video is having control over as many aspects of your life as possible, and emotions are one of those things that might not seem as important but could make or break a person. Alpha males have a deeper understanding of emotional intelligence. They control their own emotions and can read others' emotional states and act accordingly. While average people are shaken by external factors, an alpha will stay calm, rationalize the situation, and act in the best interest of their goals. This doesn't mean you're cold and never show your emotions. It means you understand the value of your feelings and don't allow them to control you. Number 10. You inspire others. Not just through your words but through your actions. People may forget what you say, but the outcome of your actions speaks louder than anything you can say. Walk the talk, don't just talk. Be consistent in your work, keep focus, and people will notice. Those who are inspired by similar goals will see the hard work you've put in and will be inspired by it. They'll see your struggles, your motivations, and how you overcame the obstacles that stood in your way, and they'll carry that with them on their own journeys. Before we move on to trait number 11, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe, and tell us in the comments if you identify with this type of man. Number 11. You take care of how you present yourself. Alpha males don't look sloppy. They take care of themselves and how the world perceives them. If you want the world to take you seriously, you must first take yourself seriously. Lose the belly, get a proper haircut, and buy appropriate clothing. Have you noticed that those who take care of their image always stand out in the crowd? That's the power of understanding that people judge a book by its cover. Sit in front of the mirror and see if there are things to improve. Imagine meeting that person in the mirror for the first time today. What would you think of yourself? Now, be the kind of person you would like to meet. Number 12. People want to be like you. Even your secret detractors would secretly want to trade places with you. This is because you live on a higher level than everyone else. Your life is better than those around you, and you're aware of that. Your partner is attractive, you make new friends, visit new places, things are going well for you. While some people will be jealous of your lifestyle, others will be inspired by it and work hard to get it for themselves. Don't be the jealous type. Number 13. You master your environment. No matter what you're doing, you're known as the person who's doing it very well. You understand the game, the rules, and you're winning. No one else is even close. While beta males tend to compete with each other, the alpha male is way ahead. Mastering, not competing, is for losers. Alphas choose to master completely. Number 14. You're authentic. In today's world, everything is a copy of another copy. Trends come and go, and everyone seems to look, talk, and behave the same way. The only way to stand out is to know who you are and be that person. Let the world adjust to who you are, not the other way around. Authenticity is premium these days. So, if you manage to find yours, value it. Now, let's move on to the last trait, but before that, I want to thank you for making it this far into the video. If you enjoy this type of content, help us with a like and don't forget to leave your suggestions in the comments. That's what they're there for you to participate. Number 15. You don't turn the other cheek. Alpha males don't allow others to walk all over them. If someone barks, you bite, so they think twice before barking again. This means you have to exercise your power and play your position. If you don't, people will come after what you've built for yourself. Notice how we don't endorse this as an offensive strategy but one that should keep your enemies at a distance. In the words of Howard Stark, the best weapon is the one you never have to fire. Now we'd like to know, how many of these 15 signs do you have in your life? Let me know in the comments. The best thing you can do is be aware of what needs to be improved in your life, so you can take action accordingly, and, as always, I invite you to subscribe.